Let's get started with the agenda for today's webinar. So to begin with, we are going to quickly step back, just recollect our past on how we have evolved within XA with respect to the user interface. So what is the path we have crossed over? What's our journey on user interface? So we'll quickly recap and touch base, and we'll eventually see what we are at today. And next, we will talk about the netlink and the menu structure, which is going to be the new user interface for our XA applications. And third, we will see this web portal. So this is one of the most powerful, intelligent tool what we have today, and how using the netlink and menu structure, we can really step into this web portal and leverage our business to the next level. And once we do that, we will quickly get a virtual tour on the application. So we will cover up all these different aspects, and we'll try to explain you and show you what really these applications has got for you. And we'll also then move on to kind of touch base on the future features, which is also exciting and coming up as a future enhancements on these applications. And as Lisa said, we have our Q&A panel who will be happy to take all your questions throughout the presentation, and very happy to assist you with any kind of questions you got for us. So having said that, let's move on to the evolution of user interface. So XA been in the business for a very long time, and a lot of XA customers also been with XA for a very long time. So we really started with this green screen, what we call as AS400, what we also very famously known as green screen application. So this was, when the time this came out, this was the most powerful interface what we had. But as the time grows and we evolved, this had some limitations where we can access only the screens what's been provided, and any modification to these screens was becoming more hard in terms of needs and programming expert or a support to kind of even leverage any additional information you wanted to see on the screen. So as the time grown, we evolved into a Mapix browser mode. And again, when this was out, this was one of the most exciting thing available in the market for every user, because they had all this capability to go and have their new informations in a new way. They can see, present, add, customize. They can do whatever they wanted in this browser. So moving forward, the browser become PowerLink, which means it has got more features compared to browser. They added a lot of workbenches, all your client link requests, and so many more features which came into PowerLink era. So all this was good until the technology has grown and the need for the business and the market and the customer urge has also increased, which made us to step into the newest and latest technology what's available, which is the Netlink. So Netlink, it's nothing but we also call this as an informational access layer. So this is going to be the heart and soul of our menu structure or web portal, which we are going to see in the coming slides. This is going to act as grabbing all the informations, collecting and displaying for InfoXA. So next, it's going to be the menu structure. So this is going to be the latest UI for InfoXA. And the last one is your web portal. So web portal is nothing but it's your InfoXA talking to your any other Infor applications or even external world in that case. So if you see this web portal screen, you have your InfoXA right in the middle, but you can see a lot of other informations which it can collaborate with. It can talk to your external portals, or you can talk to your document management system, and you can collaborate, and there is so many features which we will be seeing. So today we are here. As I said, the technology has evolved, and we have moved from green screen to an latest technology, which is your HTML5. So quickly touching base on the IDF interface types, what we had. So today, XA provides primarily 3 system interfaces, right? So the core of everything is your business objects. So business object, as you all know, that's the placeholder for your security or your customizations. So all those certain things what you have developed is developed on the business objects, which is in your integrator. And we have different primary system interfaces which access the information, right? So one is Parlink, which we all know about now. And next is a system link layer. So this is to connect your system to a different system. And the third layer, which we are going to see, is the netlink. So this is Parlink, it's a full feature Windows client, whereas Netlink is a feature rich web client. So that's the biggest difference between these two. So your Parlink is as a thick client relying on your Windows, but whereas your Netlink is it's a very rich web client hosted on an HTML5, very thin client basis, and it's much faster to access. So the key here is you have the business objects, which you just built it once, in the sense all your securities and your customizations, everything you develop on the business object. And the beauty is you just build it once, but you access it everywhere, right? So it's the same kind of user interfaces, same customizations, whatever you already have, same security, same business logics, whatever you have in day-to-day business, what you have developed over so many years for your business specific, everything is available in Netlink as well. So nothing changes. All your business process stay as is, but it's just a modern way of presenting your tool, your data in a much more efficient and a representative way. So moving on to the Netlink and the menu structure. So talking on Netlink, so as I said, Netlink is going to be our informational access layer. So it is what going to connect your business objects, grab all your informations, securities, and etc. So all you have developed over the years, it's just going to be pulled and displayed using Netlink. So what is Netlink? It actually available today for everyone. It's part of your Flex upgrade. So if you're not sure you have it or not, you should be having it. If you have a Flex bundle with you, you should be having also Netlink part of it. Every Flex upgrade contains Netlink. Every Flex upgrade also contains an System Anywhere and also Infor OS. So very quick key takeaways on Netlink. As I said, this is going to be the heart and soul of accessing your information from XA. So this is the strategic interface which is used with XA as well as Infor OS. So this is going to leverage us in much more functions which we did not have with Parlink. Example, you can get socialized with these informations. You can have a lot of drill back informations you can do. You can create a lot of in-context applications. Also, this is going to enable us for a single sign-on mode with all the XA functions and as well as with all the other Infor products. And this is in compliance with the Infor UX standards, which you might have seen with other Infor products as well. So this is in line with that Infor UX standards. Major advantages, this is continuously improving, right? So really Infor is putting all their time and effort in closing the remaining differences with Parlink. As you all know, Netlink been a buzzword for so many years, and now it is at a stage where it is definitely matured, and it is ready to resolve most of our business issues, right? So still very few remaining differences, which Infor is continuously working and to improve release by release. So the major question comes to everyone's mind, okay, is it a better choice for some users than Parlink? The answer is absolute yes, because it is much, much faster for a remote user. So we have seen with many customers who wanted to access, they have a server in one location and then they have users in different locations, and mostly they use the Cisco WebEx client, or they have their own remote app to connect to it. And most of the times they see, because of the bandwidth, the performance is really a challenge for every customer. And also, if the internet bandwidth is less, you can see the screens painting, right? Whenever you open a big object like IMist or something, like an order shipment, then the screen starts to paint. So it is going to address most of those issues. As I said, there is no need for any remote app or anything. It's a URL-based application. So it's a simple URL. If you are in VPN, you can just click the URL and boom, you are into the application now. So really, if you have not seen or tried, we would definitely recommend this is the time for you to go and try Netlink and its all its features. So moving on to the menu structure. So now what's menu structure, right? So the menu structure is nothing but that's what we call as System Anywhere. It is nothing but it's going to be the user interface for Infor applications, right? So it's going to be the user interface for different ERPs, which XA also includes into it. So this is going to be through a web browser as well. So this is going to be our user interface for the new user interface for Infor.exe. Again, it uses Netlink to access all the information, but it provides more than what Netlink can offer. So some of the highlights are, as I said, this is the latest Infor UI design standards to create a modern role-based user experience. And it also has a lot of task menu role management within that. And it's a multi-widget, multi-tab interface. So there is a lot of out-of-box widgets which you get. You can organize your work in a much more efficient way. And there is a task search where you can go and search for a certain task, and that's right at your fingertips now. And as I said, you can set your favorites, you organize your work in a much better way. And the most cool feature we have seen is you can even access your spool file, your user messages, right in your menu structure. So you don't need to get into green screen. Even today, people jump back and forth. If there is a message or if there is a lot of example finance users we have seen, they need to get some printouts. So they need to review their spool file and release it to the printer. So they jump back and forth. But in this case, we have everything covered within this menu structure, which we will see as well as in the demo. And definitely there is a small widget to take care of your notes as well. So this is how your menu structure or your new user interface for Excel looks like. And you can see how neat and cool it's organized. So there is a lot of widgets which we spoke about. So there is two components. One is System I Manager, which sits on your RPG, and the other one is your System I Anywhere, which is going to be your this web client, which is going to act as a user interface. So this is your HTML5 interface for your menus, and it also covers IDF level 1, which means all your green screen functions, what you have, it's also covered within this menu structure. So really, there is no need for getting into green screen. If there are functions not available today in your PowerLink, it's just in green screen, still it can be accessed using your System I Anywhere menu. So also, it's not just your standard green screen. Even if a customer has created their own custom green screen inside your IDF level 1, even that can be rendered and can be displayed within this menu structure. So that's a real cool feature. And this is going to be your link to your Mingle or your Infor.os. So to get into the web portal /Infor.os, this is going to be your base need. So you need to have this menu structure in place. That's when you can step into the next phase, which is your web portal or Infor.os. And it also supports single sign-on. So next, the web portal, right? So we saw this menu structure, which, as I said, it's going to be the latest user interface for XA. Then what's this web portal, right? So this web portal is nothing but this is the next gen of your user interface for Infor.exe as well as for any Infor applications per se. So we have covered this information access layer, which, as I said, that's a Netlink. So that's going to be the heart and soul for feeding information to all your menu structure or web portal. So menu structure just sits on top of it, which covers all your access to your XA menus with more widgets and other functions. And you have this web portal. So web portal helps for improved navigation. And your web portal is also going to help you to cross-collaborate, just not within your XA application, even across your Infor applications. So if you have multiple Infor applications with you, you can configure with the web portal all your applications, and you can start collaborate with multiple applications. So really, what you're doing is you're just not talking within XA, you're talking to the external world now, right? So you're talking within applications. Even if you want, you can talk to even external world as well using this web portal. So this is going to provide access to your IDF level 1, level 2. And as I just explained, you get access to multiple Infor applications with drillbacks to source application. That's a real cool feature. So you can cross-collaborate within web portal and talk to even different teams and share information across. So it has a social space, and also it has got a lot of in-context applications where we can display informations from even external systems as well. So this is the web portal screen and how it looks. Quickly to recollect. So this is going to be your information access layer. So what we kind of spoke now. So this is Netlink. it grabs all the informations and displays here. And next, we have this menu structure, so which is actually your future user interface for Info.exe. And this, the last piece, is your web portal, which kinds of ties everything together. And if you see here in this web portal, it's just not exe information alone. So you can display, this is what we call as in-context applications. So here we have displayed the costing screen, but you could even show if there is an tracking, your WebEx or your FedEx tracking information. You could show even by selecting a shipment, we can show the status of tracking, your example. And here, the next thing you see, this is your info document management system. So you could attach really any kind of documents for this particular item. Example, it could be a drawing, it could be an image of this particular product, or it could be your any other work instructions for this particular item, or any complaint certificates, whatever you want, you can associate to this. And by just selecting the item, you can really access the data right from here. So this is what we have on the content. So next, we'll quickly do a virtual tour. So whatever we spoke, we'll see in real action. So you can appreciate much more of it. And once we finish the virtual tour, we'll come back and talk about a little bit more on the future features, and that should cover up us. So to start with, this is your Parlink, which everyone is familiar about, right? So here, this is where we access the information. So I go into Parlink, I can open up my item revision, and I can see all my item revision information showing up here, right? So this is a standard Parlink access. So now let's close that and get into Netlink and just see how the same information is showing up in Netlink, right? So you open up, as said, it's a web portal. As you see, this is just an web URL. You get an web URL. There is no kind of an app running on your own PC. So it's purely just an web URL. So you come here, you give your username, password, and then you select your environment to get in. So once you launch Netlink, you can see you get all the menus as you have today. So this is what we are talking about. All these are business objects, what has been built already over years and years. And even if you have any add-on application installed on your system, everything is carried forward. So it's not that we bring forward something and we leave something behind. It's not that way. It brings everything what you do in Parlink. So here we have an CA Plus additional add-on tool, which also you can see here. And also we have the material logistics as well as another application. And you can see everything is also available within Netlink. So let's get into engineering and pull up our item revision for a minute. Just see how it shows. So you can see it's the same screen, like where you see in Parlink, same set of informations displayed in the same exact way. But as I said, it's much cleaner and much faster and much efficient. So this is just on the Netlink side. So let's close Netlink from here and let's move on to the menu structure. As we said, that's going to be the future interface for Info.exe, right? So that's also an URL. So when you launch your System.i workspace, so it comes with this login screen, and you just give your username, password, and same way you have your environment, and you just simply sign in. So when you sign into your System Anywhere, as I said, this is going to be a new user interface for Info.exe. As you see, Netlink was nothing. It's just a simple informational access layer. So it just looks exactly like Parlink. But if you want to upgrade, then that's where we move into this menu structure, right? So this has got more functions along with Netlink, because that's going to be a still information access layer for us. But in the menu structure, as you see, this has got a lot of widgets, right? So you can see there is more widgets here, which you can personalize as needed as for your business. And also here, the tasks are, it's kind of in a menu tree-based structure. So when you open, you will see all your business objects are listed underneath in this. So it's kind of a tree-based structure. You can keep drilling down, and you can see Also, all the add-on modules, as I said, your CA Plus or your material logistics, everything is also available within this. So there's not, the information is there and it's going to automatically pull in here. So to drill down, you click that particular customer service and you see all the informations. So let's get into the engineering and let's pull the same item revision so that we can have a good comparison of the differences. So I click item revision. So now it brings me to the item revision screen, right? So as you see, this part is the netlink where it grabs all the informations and then displays here. So I just pulled up an item and you can see the details of the item, right? So this is your details of your item. You can see all your cards, whatever you used to see. If we go into my engineering card, I can see all the engineering related informations here. If we go into my cost card, I can also see all my costing related information, right? So it's just same way, exactly the way you were accessing your information in system. So also you can see your card files. If you want to switch from one card file to another card file, that's also available here to switch. So you really see all the same informations what you used to see. And let's just go out from here. And we talk about other features, what PowerLink offers and what's there, right? So let's move on to file. So in PowerLink, you have file. So where you can do a certain job from file for different objects, let it be host print or host job. So all those functions are available here as well. So you can really do a host print, or in this case, let's do an host job and show you how the host job comes up. So let's we click host job. So it's an engineering item revision. So really we have the costing host job here. So you can see it's the same kind of information. So you can do the host job as well from here, and that's going to run the costing for us. So let's cancel out from here. And let's talk about the next thing. So the most used feature in PowerLink by every user is navigation, right? So we kind of really navigate from one screen to another screen, or one information to another information. So here it's the same. So you have a display right there. You click display, and you can see all those cards, whichever you can navigate is this shown here. So let's click item warehouse, and it brings me to the item warehouse, right? So and same like display, you can also go back and do a right click on your certain record, and you also have those displays, maintains, everything is available. So the point, what we're trying to do here is all the functions. I know at the beginning there was a lot of gaps which we had between Netlink and PowerLink, but the bridge has been closed, and now mostly I would say like 98% of what you can do in PowerLink, everything is available within your Netlink as well. So really you can execute your day-to-day business as you do today, everything into Netlink. So it's not really a big a flaw, or you will see a big surprise that something is missing here to execute your day-to-day business. So same with maintain. So I can do a maintain, and I can see all these objects, whatever I have to maintain, everything is also available here. So I can quickly do that. So next, that's locate. That's to search for something, and that is your getting into your details. The icons may change a little bit just to give a new look and feel, but the content and the way it's displaying information is all the same. With the attachments, and this is another cool feature we wanted to tell. So there is a printable version which is available in Netlink. It's going to also help you to print something right from the screen, or even this feature is also going to help you as an export function as well. So similar to what you have as an export here. So this printable function, you can print, and also you can right away print from that screen, which is really neat. And or you can copy and export into an Excel sheet and take it for your further analysis. So let's go and do this print of this screen. And as you see, this is a print. So it brought me all this informations ready to be printed. And I can just select and do a copy and I can just do a Control A, and I can do a right click and copy, or as you see, there is a print as well. It's all Windows function. So this all just uses your Windows printer and Windows function. So it's easy. You can just print to your nearest printer or just paste in your Excel sheet and move forward. So next, we have this create. So all the create function is also available now. So you can see there is a templates, which if you have defined all different kinds of templates for your business rules, a manufacturing template or a purchasing template for item revision, everything is also available, and all those business rules are applicable as well. And you can simply create an item using these templates. So next, we will see about the change. So change, you can hit change and it brings this particular screen for change. Let's update a drawing number for this particular item and let's see how the change went over. And I just hit update. And that information is already updated. So you can see, so as I said, it's the same interface accessing the same business objects. So all these informations are updated back to the database in real time as well. So next, you have the same kind of quick change. You have the same copy function. So all those functions, as I said, what's available today to execute your day-to-day business, it's all covered here within Netlink. So you'd be wondering, like, we have shown many functions, but another most commonly used day in, day out functions is your view, subset, and sort, and it's not showing up here. So you may be wondering where that is. So let's take you to there. So on this right side, there is a grid setting. So you click that, and that's where you have all your views, subset, and sorts. So again, all the views, what's been defined, it's already displayed here. So you can select your views, you can select your subset for a day-to-day user, whatever he needs to do, you can do and continue. And you can see that brings up this information, right? So another thing to note here is all the presentation schemas, whatever you define. So that's what we initially said about all the business rules, all your customizations you have built over and over through this many years. Nothing is lost, right? Everything is carried forward and everything is displayed even here. So really, we need not to rebuild any of that sort. Everything is just coming straight to you with all your work, what you have done. So all those presentation schemas is as well available, and it's also displayed to the user, right? So that's about the some of the main and most commonly used features. So let's really get back into our system or anywhere or our menu structure, as we said. So we kept saying that this is going to be our future user interface of Infor XA. So now you may be wondering then what is really has to offer me. I have a user interface today, then what it's really offering. So one, as we said, it offers Netlink, right? So that's the biggest thing here, which is the much faster way to access data. And also, this is going to be your stepping tool in your web portal. So if you want to expand beyond just Infor.exe and get into the outside world, collaborating with different applications, or as I said, to the external world, we need to be on this user interface, right? So because this is also a thin client, and this offers all the features of your HTML5 functions. So I said this is your menu structure, and as we spoke about the widgets, as you can see, there is a lot of widgets. All are self-customizable. There is really no need for any customization. If you want to increase the size of a certain widget, you can drag and drop. You want to rearrange the positions, you can do rearrange it. If somebody wants a spool file to be on top of their window, they can obviously do it. So there's a lot of widgets available, and we'll just quickly go through one by one. So first widget, let's talk about this task. As I said, this is my all my how I'm going to access the information. So these are my business objects, right? So this is where I can access all my, I can get into different business objects. So next, the widget is this messages. So this messages is one of a real cool feature which we have seen. And if you, the olden days, if you recollect, you had in the green screen, you had a messaging function. So where you can send messages between the users using your green screen, and which we lost in Parlink, right? We didn't have it, but now we have that messaging function here. So you can really communicate to your users internally from this user interface. As you see, you can create a new IBM message. I can send as an IT guy. I can, if I'm looking for something, I see a message wait, I can quickly drop a message to my user saying that there is a message wait, and I can even request a reply from him as well, saying that whether he needs any help or he took care of it or whatever it is, right? So we can send these kind of internal messages, a simple function, but it's powerful function as well, and it's good to have in case of need. So that message is now sent, and when a user responds, we get the response right on this screen. And you can obviously also have the function to delete and clean up these messages. If you don't want, you have all those functions to delete it. So next, another widget we want to show is about this jobs. So as I said, these are the real cool features. So all your green screen, whatever you used to do in green screen, it's all available right on your user interface now, right? So this is your jobs. You need not to go and search or hunt for your job if you're really handling any jobs, and you're running any a big job and you want to see the status of that particular job. Everything is available right here. And whether it's what's the status it is, it's complete or it's failed or it's in message wait or in lock wait, whatever that you can see. And even user who have access to take action, they can also do it right away from this widget, which is very cool. Another interesting widget what I have seen is a spool file. So here I can really just navigate through my spool files. I can open up my spool file, and I can just, it's a sample, but I can open up my real spool file, and I can save if I want to save it. Mostly, as I said, sometimes at month end, we kind of run this huge spool files, and we need to go through a process to kind of save it. But here, really, you can just simply save and just save it to your local machine. Or even if you feel comfortable, you can even print it right from here to a local printer, or even you can also send it to your IBM printer as well. So it's very powerful. As I said, you can view your spool files right here and take actions on that spool file as needed. And also you can clean up. As I said, you have all the access to even clean up. So that's just saving and different ways to view and save and print the spool files. So that's a real cool, interesting feature. I said interesting in the sense it's all just available on your UI on one single access, right? So you're not jumping between the systems. So that's one really nice one. So next, I want to talk about the favorites. So this favorites is a widget where this could be your business specific widgets. So you obviously have your, you can create for your business specific informations. So if I'm a planner and I have a certain few objects which I access, I can just add it to my favorites. So this is not just adding your access only for your XA menus. This goes beyond that. If you are a buyer, let's say on a day-to-day business, you may be talking with different vendors. You may have different supplier links you wanted to store inside. I know you have all those as your favorites and or different ways of storing, but you can even put them as favorites right on this favorite. So it's just not a way to access your XA menus. You can even add your external links, your vendor portal, as I said, or if you're a customer, you have some customer portals which you navigate on a day-to-day basis. You can add all those, even your external portals as well as your favorites right here. And you just click, it takes you right into that portal. So here, as I said, you can keep adding your favorites and you can name it as you want. And as we see, we have the item revisions as well here we added, and that's the external link what we wanted to show. So, so this is your favorites, and you click your item revision. As you see, it takes into your item revision. So you need not to go through your tree structure in case that's the most commonly used function. you know, to navigate every time there. You can just simply add to your favorites and click off that, it'll take you. Another function what we have and we want to highlight is when you open anything, as you saw, it just opened as an additional tab right here. But if you want to pull this out as a separate window, we also have that, which is called as open in pop-up window, right? So in this case, it does not open as another tab, as it just opens you as a completely a new window. So where you can really resize and then you can keep using it. So it's again, it's another feature, which again, I know a lot of people wants to have this multiple screens open to do any kind of analysis, which is also available, right? So it's just not opening within the tabs. It's also, you can pull this out separately as a new window. So that's on the favorites. And another one is the notes. As said, it's a very a small, looks a very small feature, but it's very handy on a day-to-day operation, because I have a lot of notes I need to take care or I need to keep track of on my daily business routine. And we have seen people use sticky notes and they stick all the yellow sticky notes all over their computer for keep tracking of things. But again, we have this small notes widget. I said I can add notes and I can delete or I can follow up, which is kind of giving me a quick recap of what I should focus in my day. And again, it's mostly to organize my work in a most efficient way, right? So that's a small and a cool widget what we have. And the next one is something we call as a task search. This is another powerful widget, what's again available for us. So this is something where you can search for a task. So task could be anything, could be your items or your menus or your commands or your web pages, anything what you defined, you can search for it. Example, in this case, I'm just searching for buyer. I wanted to see or I want to get into my buyer business object, and I don't want to kind of drill through this extensive list to get to my buyer. Or if I'm a new user, I don't know where this buyer resides, right? I don't know where under which particular section the buyer card resides. I don't have any clue, and I don't want to spend a lot of time in searching through my buyer. Rather, I can quickly go and search. I say I want to look my buyer object. I just type my buyer and search, and you can see it just searches all my anything related to buyer and displays right on my task results, which is really cool. And I click my buyer from here, it takes me to right into my buyer object. And this is applicable for any menus, as I said, any items and everything. And next thing is, I have my buyers search, and I think this is one which I'm going to use every day. So let me just put this into my favorites, right? So how to add this into favorites? It's again a very simple drag and drop function. So I just simply drag my buyer and I just drop into my favorites box or favorites widget, and then it just stays there, right? So again, you just search for your task if you are just using it for first time, and you can just simply put it in your favorites and that stays forever now. So this all gets stored for your user, and it's been displayed every time whenever you log in into the system. So next is you have your recent tasks. So you can see all recent tasks, whatever we navigated, all your recent tasks are also displayed right here. So you can pick from here, and you can also use this just recent task to quickly navigate between the screens. So it just shows me all the screens where I was, right? So that's on my menu structure. So next, let's get into the web portal. So this is my web portal, or we call this as Infor OS. So this is also an kind of an HTML file link, and whatever we spoke, everything actually leads into this, right? So we have our system manager, we have the netlink, and everything leads into this web portal. So this is going to be our web portal for Infor.exe. I said within System Anywhere, you are actually just accessing your exe application within itself. But when we get into this web portal, we are really exposing ourselves to the external world. So as you see here, so we have this Infor.exe, and as you see, the same whatever we had this user interface, the menu structure is seen within our web portal right now. So again, so we kind of get into our item revisions. And you can see the same item revision is shown here, and you can see the difference right here. So in the menu structure, I had just access to my item information within my menu structure, but now I'm in my web portal. And as I said, I just expanded a lot of more functions, right? So here I select an item and I can see my context primary view. So this is kind of published automatically, and this could be set to anything. As I said, this is item, so we are showing your costing information, but that could be anything, right? So I said you have an order shipment and you have a tracking information, and when you select the order shipments, you want to pass the tracking number and show where the tracking is. So we could do that. So it's really, you're just not within XA now. You can really collaborate with the external world as well, and show different sets of informations here. And right at the bottom, as you see here, and I selected the item, and I can see my drawing information here. So I said it could be many things, just not one image or one information. So I can see my drawing, as well as I want to see my product image, and I can add all those things right into this web portal, and everything gets collaborated seamlessly within this web portal. So just to recap, as you see within this web portal, we have this information access layer, and we have our modern new aged UI interface for Parlink, and all kinds of suits into your the latest and greatest, which is the web portal, which is InfoOS. And that's where you can really collaborate socially and access much more information from your XA. So that kinds of ends our virtual tour onto this different applications what we have. So let's quickly get back into our presentation. So we just got a few more things to cover. So hope you all had a nice time with viewing those applications real time. And as I said, the most important takeaway from there is the Netlink is much more matured, and it has all the features, whatever has been done today in your business process. Everything could be executed and much more. You saw that it just not stays there, right? It's much more. You can leverage and expose yourself to an much more things with the InfoOS. So future features, it provides access to the modernized functions. So that's what we do. And so today there is an host presentation server which is used along with Parlink, which is your IDF level 1 access. And as said, that's been taken off with your system manager or your menu structure. So all your green screen has been rendered. So there is no need for your host presentation server as well. And your custom definition and subset. So today I was showing you about to select a maintain or select your view, subset, and sort. But in that current version, we don't have a feature to create a new view or new subset or a new sort, but which does not really stop us at this point, because whatever you already have defined, everything is available there. So for a day-to-day users who's going to use what's been defined, it's all available for them to be accessed right from there. And also, it's not far away from getting into the Netlink as well. So that's been worked on, and that's one of the enhancements which is being planned and should be available for us very soon. And next, so when we do that, today, as I said, there is a small gap between this Parlink and Netlink. I said almost 98% of all the functions is covered. There is a small gap, which this kind of maintaining the user definitions, but that's going to be available. But going forward, we are going to get much more than what we had in Parlink. So I said a lot of improvements is currently happening in the Netlink world. So Infor is continuously working to enhance Netlink and take it to the next level. So all the developments are happening in Netlink, and new features are also being planned to be implemented in Netlink. So all the new features for your user access and information access is all going to be available within Netlink. So one of that cool feature is this apply on the fly subsets list. So this is something you might have seen even in your Infor Extreme today, where you have like in search above all the attributes. where you can just type in your incident number and you can ask to say contains or subsets. So that kind of feature is also being planned to be introduced within Netlink. And also more features is being added on your cards, views, sorts, everything. And also a client link is one of the thing which is being planned for future release. So that's also going to be available within Netlink. And workbenches. So workbenches is another feature which we have, but that is something within Netlink world, it's going to be covered with the in-context applications, whatever we have shown, right? So again, workbench, today what we have kinds of talks within your XA objects, but with this in-context application, we are going beyond that. We can talk to your XA informations and just not XA information as I shown or as I told. You can even talk to an external system and also pull those informations and show within your in-context application, right? So that's a lot of enhancements going around that area, so we can make the information more fruitful. And a lot of additional filtering and content is going to be also available. And also all this drillback features is being as well enhanced in the upcoming features. So that's what I have for the future features coming up. And that kinds of concludes my content as well as my virtual tour. And at this moment, I'll hand over back to Lisa for our final thoughts and comments. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Arvindan. That was a great demonstration of so many exciting tools that you've got available to put on top of what you've got in your XA ERP already, to do things like collaboration, to put in those decision-making informational bits that are going to help your people as they go through their day-to-day decisions. And then also, especially, that efficient functional task support. So you've got so many more features to add in, all the things that they need when they're working on a task and have it in one place. I want to thank our panelists for answering your questions in the Q&A. They will stay on the line to answer your questions for a bit longer. So if you've got any questions, please go ahead and post that in the Q&A, and they'll hang on to answer those. Along with the recording of the event, we're also going to share the information from the Q&A. So you should see both of those in a day or two. We look forward to hearing from you about how you're modernizing your XA ERP and using a lot of these tools. And please let us know if we can help in any way. Thank you for joining us at today's event, and hope to see you on another one soon.